The Bitcoin 500 by Don Santiago from dailyhashrate.com. This year was the start of the first annual Bitcoin 500, a racing competition between drivers who bought their cars with Bitcoin. Luckily, the event was being held in Colorado. The restrictions placed on this journalist's last outing robbed the poor readers of this fine publication. But now, the gloves were off. Colorado would provide me with more than enough leash to totally bend the law any way I needed for the quest to get to the bottom of the truth. And by the way, any idea where we can get our hands on something a little harder? The weed will only go so far, and I'd really like to mix something with my shatter, I asked. Might as well be open and honest. I don't know, but I know someone who might. He's in the race too. Ever heard of the guy with a BitPay license plate? Asked Dave. Holy shit, that guy's awesome. Let's take your car, I announced. I slid into the Tesla. What a car. It conveys, I'm pounding 5 kids into you. But the non-existent engine noise says, shh, I'm also pounding one into an actress. Hotboxing the car, we drove up to a local comedy club / vapor lounge. Other Bitcoiners were there. They reasoned that if enough Bitcoiners would flash mob to a location, the Bitcoin 500 could not resist passing by and showing off their cars. And they were right. There was the Tesla with the BitPay license plate, the Mercedes with the Bitcoin license plate, and the Lotus as well. There was a crowd of people all around the cars on display. We waded through the crowd in search of our upper echelon drug supplier, deeper into the vapor lounge, and into a private VIP area. Sitting in a large booth surrounded by women was a guy in some sort of top hat, wearing oil rainbow-colored glasses. I pointed at him and exclaimed, Holy shit, you're the MadBitcoins Guy. That I am, and thank you for watching Mad Bitcoins, he pontificated. Hey Tom, can I have a word with you in private? Asked Dave, cutting to the chase. The MadBitcoins Guy nodded, and the ladies moved out of the booth. Dave and I sat on either side of the MadBitcoins Guy. I explained that I was on assignment with the Daily Hashrate to cover the race, but in the grander scheme of things, I was actually on a quest to get to the bottom of the truth, and that this kind of information required mind-altering psychotropics that would allow the translation of such irrationalities onto paper, so that the dear readers of the Daily Hashrate would get what they pay for, nay, deserve. Well, you're in luck, said the MadBitcoins Guy. I just happened to also be in town to pick up a shipment left to me by that Olbrecht guy the night before he got busted. For the right amount of Bitcoins, I'll let you have what's inside my hat. Dave and I pooled up some Bitcoins and used our phones to send the money to the MadBitcoins Guy, who took his hat off and dropped a black bag in my lap. Suddenly, the crowd started to make a rush for the exit. Curious as to what they were looking at, we got out of the booth and followed them outside. Pulling up to the curb was a car I'd never seen before. Holy shit, it's Eric Voorhees, said Dave. I heard he built a car using Lockheed Martin's cold fusion technology in the body of a B-2 bomber. But I didn't believe it. But there it was. The crowd gathered around the engineering marvel. The hatch opened, and wearing all black, Eric Voorhees stepped out of the world's most advanced automobile ever. Eric walked up to us and said, MadBitcoins Guy, great to see you. Love your show. MadBitcoins Guy smiled and nodded. Don Santiago, Eric said, I haven't seen you since Israel. What have you been up to? He said, looking right into my soul. Not fucking with Bitcoin, I replied meekly. Good, Eric said darkly. You better not be. Like my car? Read the rest of the Bitcoin 500 at dailyhashrate.com. Thanks to Don Santiago for the mention. P.S. On the way to my contact, I decided I should see what the MadBitcoins Guy had sold us. I opened the black bag and was not disappointed. Inside the bag were medical sample cups that were filled with magic mushrooms that were pickled in LSD. I'm not even sure I'm going to put that in. Fucking MadBitcoins Guy selling them drugs mixed with other drugs.